West.
Oak Cliff is a poor, undeveloped section of Dallas with more than its share of crime. It is the main hangout for the drifters and prostitutes who try to feed their drug habit any way they can. It was here, in December of 1990, that the partially nude body of a woman named Mary Lou Pratt was found lying on the street.
Her body was recovered in a driveway, and she was clad only in a t-shirt.
Charles Albright had a long history of crime. As a younger man, he had been convicted of child molestation. When police searched his home, they learned something about Albright's bizarre secret life. It seemed he had an obsession with dolls, especially with mannequins.
The difference in this case was the overwhelming number of hairs that were the same as Mr. Albright's.
The Charles Albright case was a landmark case in Texas. It was the first time that hair and fiber evidence convicted a murderer. To this day, Charles Albright has never admitted his guilt or told what he did with the eyeballs of his victims. But it is said he is serving his life sentence by spending his time drawing pictures of eyes, which he hangs in his cell.
Hey guys, it's Lavender here. Welcome back to my channel. It's Lavender here, and today I'm back with another short true crime video. Today I'm going to be doing the case of the eyeball killer, aka the serial killer known as Charles Frederick Albright. And yeah, so let's get started into this true crime case. So here are some facts about the serial killer. Charles Frederick Albright, he was born on August 10th, 1933, also known as the Eyeball Killer, is an American serial killer from Dallas, Texas. Albright is known to have an abnormal obsession with eyes, going so far as to remove the eyes from dolls and photographs. I heard this has to do with the fact that his family was too poor to purchase like taxidermy eyes, so they had to use buttons as eyes. So yeah, and this serial killer case, and this serial killer, Charles Frederick Albright, was in a couple of TV shows and media outlets, and he was featured in the American documentary series Forensic Files, and it is titled See No Evil, originally aired in June 14, 2001. The Investigation Discovery Network reported the manhunt for Albright in the Evil Eye episode Eyes Are My Prize, which aired on August 27, 2013. And Auctions Network aired The Mark of a Killer and Eye for a Murder about the Albright case on February 10, 2019. So a little background, on his story. He was born in Amarillo, Texas. Albright was adopted from an orphanage by Dell and Fred Albright. His adopted mother, who was a school teacher, was very strict and overprotective of him. She accelerated his education and helped him skip 2 grades. When he got his first gun as a teenager, he killed small animals with it. His mother would help him stuff them, and then he had a huge interest in becoming a taxidermist. Later on, at age 13, he was already a petty theft. He got into some criminal activities. At age 15, he graduated from high school, and he enrolled at a North Texas university. He expressed an interest in training as a medical doctor. He undertook pre-med training, but failed to complete it. After being found with stolen items at a college, he was expelled from college, but there was no charges filed against him, and he was not prosecuted for the crime. And he later on falsified a degree. He stole documents and forged signatures. He married his college girlfriend, and they had a daughter. He continued to forge checks throughout this time. He was caught in his deception while he was teaching at a high school, and he was placed on probation. And in 1965, him and his wife separated, divorcing in 1974. In 1981, after his mother died, while Albright was visiting some friends, he sexually molested their 9-year-old daughter. He pled guilty and received only probation. He later claimed that he was innocent, but he took a plea in order to avoid a hassle and drama. During this time, he began to befriend and gain trust of his neighbors. He even tried to get a job as a Boy Scouts leader, and he was denied that. He was even asked by local residents to babysit their children. The crime, now onto the crime, his crime spree. On December 13, 1990, it is assumed that he killed Mary Lou Pratt, 33, a Caucasian well-known prostitute in the Oak Cliff neighborhood of Dallas, was found dead. She had been shot in the back of the head with a .44 caliber gun, as well as being badly beaten. The medical examiner reported that the killer had removed both their eyes with surgical precision. February 10, 1991, Susan Beth Peterson, a 27-year-old Caucasian prostitute, was found on the same street Mary Pratt was found on, just outside the Dallas city limits. She was shot 3 times in the top of her head, in her left breast, and in the back of her head. The medical examiner again found the eyes removed, so they thought there was a connection between these 2 cases. And later on March 10, 1991, Shirley Williams, the African-American prostitute, was found dead lying near an elementary school curb. A waitress had found Williams' nude body propped up against the curb. Her eyes had been removed, just like all the other prostitutes that were found. So this made them think that there was a serial killer, the FBI and the investigators and the police. And a medical examiner field agent pulled back her eyelids, and again, like I said, they found her eyes and her eyelids are missing. But this time, the eyelids, the way that he cut his eye, that he cut the eyes out, it determined rage, because they weren't like, it wasn't just taken out, it was like taken out in like a rage. And on March 23rd, 1991, Albright was arrested and charged with 3 counts of murder from finding evidence in and around his property, like the squirrel hairs. His trial began on December 13, 1991. On December 18, 1991, the jury deliberated and found him guilty of only the murder of Shirley Williams. And so yeah, if you guys like this video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Bye guys, see you next video.